businesses. There was a section in Manhattan that was just all show business type things, film companies, production companies, and such. And so I was a personable young guy with a lot of get up and go, and I happened to, in my travels, knock on the door, and a nice Japanese man opened the door and invited me in and said, can you do cartoon voices? I said, yeah, because I'd been fooling around with all that since I was a kid. And I did some voices for him. He showed me some pictures of cartoon characters, and I created voices for them. And he said, oh, that's very nice, thank you. And then about a week later, he called me, he invited me to do cartoon voices, invited me to do voices in Japan. I was all of 19, which nowadays is old, but then it was young. It was like I was like a kid. I was playing hockey in the schoolyards and just going to college for the hell of it. And that totally intimidated me to go to Japan to do cartoon voices. But it was the same thing that, little did I know that 10 years later, this is exactly what I would be doing. So I turned it down. I had very little parental guidance in my career. I had to decide all on my own, so I decided to turn it down, which is probably pretty foolish. But that's life. So cut to 10 years later, I'm at the studio doing a children's on-camera show with Hans Conried, and the same company is doing a series called Banner the Squirrel, which was ADR. Everybody know what ADR is? ADR is dubbing, automated dialogue replacement. It's a fancy term for dubbing. So that's the term I'll use when I mean dubbing. Banner the Squirrel was ADR. So I got the job as Banner the Squirrel, and from then on, I just got more jobs and more jobs and more jobs. So I was pretty experienced. When I walked into Saban Entertainment in 1984, I said, what do you guys got going? And they were just getting started with ADR work. So I joined their crew. So I was there when the Power Rangers came out. Now, we had done a number of series before the Power Rangers ever existed. For us, Samurai Pizza Cats. I did Robotech. I was at another studio, Intersound Studios. Those were the two famous series I did. Then there was Wowzer and Journey to the Heart of the World. So Wowzer was on the Family Channel. 3 years or so, and Ganoozles, which was a real young kids show, and a show called Hallow Spencer, which played on Channel 5 in LA at 6 in the morning. Terrible time slot. It was a great show, great like puppet show, like the Muppets, and we dubbed English into them. And the show had great characters and great plots, and of course it didn't get the recognition it deserves. That's Saban for you. He didn't get behind his projects that much until the Power Rangers came about. Now, he had found the Power Rangers in the, I guess it was early 90s. He was shopping it around LA for quite a long time before Fox decided to pick it up. So Fox picked it up, I believe, in 1983. Said, we'll put it on the 84 schedule. And the producer of Fox TV said, either I'm going to get fired for putting the show on the air, or I'm going to be, or they'll make a ticker-tape parade for me. She knew this show would either be a big flop or a big success. So they had all this Japanese footage, and then they had to go shopping for 6 kids and an American cast to shoot around. And then they got, of course, Bulk and Skull Bucket Skull were great. And then it came to casting the bad guys, who was all Japanese footage. And I just got the role of Finster. They just handed me the role because it sounds like this. I'm my queen.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I saw something.
I'm going to make some putty monsters. And I was Finster. So we started doing the show, and the ADR was going fine, and it started airing. And 2-3 weeks later, we're hearing, this is a big hit. And then, like a month later, we thought the show would be, we were used to doing 26 episodes of a series, or 52 maybe. We had no idea this would last that long. So, we were into episode 50 and 60, and we kept going, and the show was an amazing success, of course. And then, Lord Zed came about. And I'll save that story for another time. I want Johnny to talk. So that's how I got into the Power Rangers. Woo!